round one, like, give me some feedback on your experience with round one disputes, or what have you done in your round one disputes?
Well, round one is you talk about after you attack your personal information, get that corrected
No,
first.
man, not necessarily. A personal information attack could be a round one as well, but we're
Yeah.
talking in the round of collections.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
using so the scenario is this, right? You
Mm-hmm.
pull your credit report and you see a collection on your credit report,
Gotcha.
right? What round one letter would you send out?
Uh, the debt validation letter.
All right. My question to you now is, why would you send out a debt validation?
You want them to validate the debt. You want it's a number of things you want to ask for at first, and that
Hmm.
helps you in your
But
case.
why go debt validation off the rip? Why using that from the go? I'm not saying you're wrong,
No,
please. I'm not saying you're wrong. I
okay,
just want to know, why are you going debt validation first? Why would you go that route first?
because that's how I was taught to do.
All right. So that is a correct way. But
Hmm.
before you do the debt validation, there's a few things you want to know. So let me ask you a question. What state are you in?
Illinois.
Illinois. All right. So let's do this real quick. I am going to look up the statute of limitations, right? So let's do statute of limitation for collecting a credit card debt in Illinois, right?
Okay.
All right. So in Illinois, it's 5 years. All right. So let's say now the collection was on your credit report for 6 years.
Okay.
So it's 6 years that it's been on your credit, right? So
Hmm.
the statute of limitation has passed. Would you still send out a validation letter?
No, because it should stop reporting that, right? So you should be
It
sending
it
something else.
should, it should, but
It should,
come on, we
right?
all know
We know how they do
Equifax
here.
strength. Come on, we know they're not going to do what they're supposed to do.
Exactly,
So in
exactly.
a situation like that, so this is why I say to people, not
Hmm.
all collection round one requires a cease and desist. Not all round one collection requires a validations of debt. While
Gotcha.
those are correct answers, they are correct answers. Do not get me wrong. They are correct answers.
Hmm.
However, it's not all the time those answers are correct. So in the
Gotcha.
scenario that I just gave, if that debt was past the statute of limitations, you would not need to send out a validation letter
Hmm.
because they can't collect on it. So the only letter that you would have to send out now is a statute of limitation cease and desist.
Okay.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It depends on the
Because now
situation.
we're going to address the statute of limitation, but we're going to also send a cease and desist because we know once we send a cease and desist, a debt collector only has one of three ways to respond to you.
Mhm.
And if they don't respond to you with those one of three ways, that's a lawsuit. And if you're in
Mhm.
Illinois and you take a debt collector to small claims, so let
Mhm.
me see, small claims, max for Illinois. In Illinois, small claims, you can go up to $10,000 in the state of Illinois, bro.
Okay.
So imagine somebody says 10K, yeah. So imagine a collections on your credit that you didn't even know was there. You're going for a home now. It's past the statute of limitations,
Mhm.
and it's still being reported, but you got denied. Hmm. Well, did you also know that the reporting of a collection to a consumer reporting agency is an actual form of collection?
No, I ain't know
Ah,
that.
all right. So there's a few case laws out there, right?
Mhm.
And one of the case law out there states that a debt collector that is reporting a negative item or reporting information on a consumer to a consumer reporting agency is a form of collection. So if you send out now your statute of limitations and your cease and desist,
Mhm.
a debt collector is supposed to stop all collection activities.
Right. Right.
Well, reporting is a form of collection. So
Damn.
if it's still being reported after you send that letter, there goes your 10 grand in small claims court, my brother.
Damn. That's some solid. Damn. Thanks, man. Shit. Ooh.
So you get what I'm saying? So
I get
not
it.
every situation, like that's why I tell my students, like, yo, like, don't just jump to send out a dispute letter because you heard somebody say it online. You have to
Right.
evaluate, like, you have to do a triage. You know, when you
Mm-hmm.
go to the emergency room and they ask you a whole bunch of questions to find out what's going on with you,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing with collection. No one or two collection is the same. You really
Right.
have to triage the collection. And then
I get
once
it.
you triage the collection, you know exactly now where I need to go. Statute of limitations, is it medical collection? Is it a charge off? Like, there's different strategies for different scenarios.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I get what you're saying.
All right, my brother?
All right, man. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate you,
No
boss.
problem, no problem, bro. You are more than welcome to join the 5 day challenge coming up.
Okay.
It's happening